Welcome to Learn English with Podcast. Today, our amazing hosts, Luca and Maria, are here to take you through another exciting episode. Luca, Maria, over to you.
Ever feel like you're just going through the motions? Like each day is kind of blending into the next, or maybe you're juggling so much that it's all feeling a bit overwhelming.
Oh, yeah, totally. I think we all get stuck in those ruts sometimes.
Well, we're going to dive into something today that might just help shift your perspective.
Intriguing. I'm all ears.
It's this whole idea of romanticizing your life.
Romanticizing life.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty fancy. Like, do I need to start wearing ball gowns to the grocery store?
No, not at all. It's not about those grand, over-the-top gestures.
Okay, good, because that's not really my style.
It's more about making this conscious choice to find and even create, like, beauty and meaning in the everyday stuff, the moments you already have.
Oh, I like that. Finding the magic in the mundane.
Exactly. And that's what we're going to explore in this deep dive today. Really practical, down-to-earth ways to make your life feel a little more, well, enchanted. We've done a lot of digging, trying to pull together what we think are the most effective strategies for bringing more beauty, purpose, and genuine enjoyment into the everyday.
Sounds like a good plan. I'm in.
Speaking of good plans, if you enjoy these deep dives and you want us to keep putting in the work to make them for you, please hit that like button, share this with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate the support. All right, let's get into it. So where do we even start with this whole romanticizing life thing?
Well, how about we start at the very beginning, with the start of the day?
Makes sense to me. I know I can get into those morning routines that are pretty chaotic.
Yeah, you and everyone else.
Yeah.
But seriously, the way you begin your day has a huge impact on how the rest of it unfolds. Think about it.
Okay, yeah, I see what you mean.
If you're rushing out the door, feeling stressed and frazzled, that kind of sets the tone, right?
Yes. Definitely not the vibe I'm going for.
And that's where this concept of a morning ritual comes in. It's about intentionally creating a series of actions that bring in a sense of calm and purpose to those first few moments of your day.
A morning ritual. That sounds a little more intentional than my current throw on clothes and run out the door routine.
And guess what? There's actually research showing that these kinds of routines can help you make better decisions throughout the day because you're not starting off already depleted.
Oh, that's a good point. I never thought about it like that. So what kinds of things can we do to create this morning ritual?
Well, it doesn't have to be anything complicated or time-consuming. It can be as simple as starting by making your bed.
Making my bed? Really? That's it?
It sounds almost silly, I know. But think about it. It's this small act, but it gives you a sense of accomplishment right off the bat. Like, okay, I've already achieved something today. It's a mini win before you even step out the door.
I can see that. It's like setting yourself up for success from the get-go.
Right. And then you could do something like drinking some warm water, maybe with a little lemon in it.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that. Isn't it supposed to be good for your digestion or something?
Yeah, it can help with that.
Yeah.
But it's also a way to gently wake up your body and get things moving.
Okay, I'm liking this already. Simple but effective.
And then there are those practices that are more about setting your mental state, like taking a minute to write down a few things you're grateful for.
Gratitude journaling, yeah, that's a popular one.
For good reason. Studies have shown that it can make you feel happier and more resilient. It's like intentionally focusing your attention on the good stuff in your life.
Makes sense. You're basically priming your brain to see the positive.
Exactly. And even just 5 or 10 minutes of gentle stretching or moving your body can really energize you and help clear your head.
I like the idea of easing into the day instead of hitting the ground running. It's more about being present and mindful, isn't it?
That's exactly it.
And you know what else I've been thinking about? The way we rush through certain things, especially in the morning. Like even just making coffee.
Sure, I know what you mean. It becomes this mindless routine.
Right. But what if we turned it into a little ritual instead of just gulping it down on the way to work? Take a moment to savor the process. Use your favorite mug. Maybe put on some quiet music. Really enjoy the aroma and the taste.
That sounds so much more enjoyable.
And the same goes for breakfast. Sitting down and actually enjoying your food without your phone buzzing next to you, being present with each bite.
It's about taking those often rushed and mindless moments and transforming them into something almost sacred.
I love that. Sacred coffee and sacred breakfast.
I'm on board with that. And this shift in mindset from just getting through things to truly experiencing them, this is a big part of romanticizing your life. And it's something you could apply to all sorts of activities throughout the day, not just those morning routines.
Absolutely. Like even something as simple as going for a walk. How often are we walking around with headphones in, totally oblivious to the world around us?
Right, plugged into our own little worlds.
But what happens when you take those headphones out, even just for a few minutes? You start to notice things. The sounds of birds singing, the warmth of the sun on your skin, the different colors of the buildings in the sky.
It's like the world suddenly comes alive.
Right, it's like you're seeing it with fresh eyes. And I think that's what this whole romanticizing thing is about. It's about paying attention, being present in the moment without judgment.
Exactly. And it doesn't have to be limited to just the enjoyable things either. Even those tasks we tend to dread, like chores.
Oh, chores. Yeah, not exactly the most romantic things.
But even chores can become opportunities to practice mindfulness. Paying attention to the temperature of the water when you're washing dishes, the texture of the fabric when you're folding laundry. Engaging your senses in this way can actually make these activities feel a little different, a little less like, well, chores.
So you're saying I can actually make folding laundry enjoyable?
Maybe not enjoyable, but definitely less of a drag. Some people even find that this kind of focused attention can lead to a state of flow, where you get so absorbed in the task that you lose track of time.
Interesting. Okay, so we've talked about starting the day with intention, finding beauty in the present moment. What about creating a little sanctuary for yourself? Because sometimes you just need a space that feels totally your own.
Oh, that is so important. Having a designated cozy corner in your home can be such a haven.
A cozy corner, I like that.
It doesn't have to be a whole room or anything. Maybe it's just a particular armchair or a spot by a window that you love. The key is to make it a space that feels comforting and inviting.
Like your own little retreat.
Exactly. So think soft lighting, maybe some comfy blankets, your favorite books within reach, a candle, or some fairy lights.
It's like creating a space where you can unwind, recharge, and just be yourself. A place to read, journal, meditate, or just sit quietly and let your thoughts settle.
Yes, a sanctuary away from the demands of the outside world.
I love it. And it's not just about our physical environment. It's about taking care of ourselves too, right? Yeah. Even in small ways, like, how we dress.
Oh yeah, I think that's a big one. We often see getting dressed as purely functional, but it can be a really lovely form of self-care.
This is something I've been thinking about a lot lately. It's not about dressing to impress anyone else or for some special occasion. It's about choosing clothes that make you feel good, confident, comfortable, happy in your own skin.
That's so important.
Yeah.
There's a definite connection between how we present ourselves and how we feel on the inside.
I agree. And it doesn't have to be anything fancy. Maybe it's just adding a piece of jewelry you love, or spritzing on your favorite scent, or simply putting on clothes that make you feel good, even if you're just staying home.
It's like this little act of kindness towards yourself.
Yeah.
A way of saying, hey, I deserve to feel good, even in my own company.
I love that. So we've got mindful mornings, finding beauty in the everyday, creating cozy spaces, and dressing in a way that makes us feel good. Now, what about all those everyday tasks that can sometimes feel so, uninspiring? Like, I'm thinking laundry, dishes, all that good stuff.
Ah, yes, the not-so-glamorous side of life. But here's the thing. Even those mundane tasks can be infused with a bit of magic.
Oh, I'm intrigued. How do we do that?
By creating little rituals around them, adding those small intentional touches that elevate them from being just obligations to something a little more enjoyable.
Okay, give me some examples, because I'm not really seeing the romance in folding laundry or scrubbing the bathroom.
It's all about those little details. Sure. Like while you're washing dishes, light a candle. It instantly changes the atmosphere. Or put on a playlist of music you love while you're folding laundry. Suddenly feels less like a chore and more like your own personal concert.
That's a great idea. And I like how it engages more of your senses. It's not just about getting the task done. It's about creating a more enjoyable experience.
Exactly. And you can even add a few drops of essential oil to your cleaning products or use softer lighting while you tidy up. It's all about setting the mood.
Okay, I'm starting to see how we can weave this idea of intentionality into all sorts of areas of our lives. And it doesn't have to end when the workday is over, right? What about our evening routines?
Oh, the evening is such a crucial time for winding down and preparing for rest. And there's so many simple things you can do to create a calming and restful atmosphere.
I'm all about a good evening routine. I find it really helps me de-stress and get ready for sleep.
Me too. Things like dimming the lights or lighting candles can create a more relaxed ambiance. Using calming scents like lavender or eucalyptus, maybe in a diffuser or in the bath, can be incredibly soothing. And of course, taking a warm bath or shower is a classic way to ease tension.
And I always find that taking a few moments to journal or just reflect on the day, maybe focusing on some of the good things that happened, helps quiet my mind before bed.
It's a nice way to bring the day to a close.
It really is. And as we start incorporating these little moments of beauty and intention into our lives, it's also important to celebrate our progress, right?
Absolutely. We often get so focused on the big picture that we forget to acknowledge the small wins along the way.
I know, I do that. I get so caught up in what I haven't done yet that I forget to appreciate what I have accomplished.
So let's make a conscious effort to celebrate those small victories. Did you finally finish that project you were putting off? Light a candle. Make yourself a special drink. Did you get through a particularly challenging day? Treat yourself to something you enjoy. It doesn't have to be anything big or expensive. It's just about acknowledging that every step forward, every little win, is worth celebrating.
I love that. It's like giving yourself permission to enjoy the journey, not just the destination.
Exactly. And speaking of enjoying the journey, let's talk about our surroundings. Our environment plays such a huge role in how we feel, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. The space around us can really impact our mood and energy.
So let's bring in some beauty. Something as simple as fresh flowers can really brighten up a room. Or put up some framed photos that evoke happy memories. Even something like rearranging the furniture can give a space a whole new feel.
I'm all about those little touches. And I love the idea of having a favorite scent nearby, whether it's a perfume you love, some essential oils diffusing, or a nice smelling candle.
It's all about creating a space that feels good to be in, a space that nourishes your soul.
Totally agree. And speaking of nourishing our souls, let's talk about the importance of solitude and self-love.
Yes, this is so crucial. We often associate romance with being in a relationship with someone else, but romanticizing your life also involves nurturing a loving and fulfilling relationship with yourself.
I love that. So how do we do that?
One way is by scheduling solo dates with yourself.
Solo dates. Tell me more.
It's about intentionally setting aside time to do things you enjoy, all by yourself, and treating yourself with the same care and attention you would give to someone you cherish.
Oh, I like that. So it could be something like going to a cafe with a good book, taking a walk in nature, having a picnic in the park.
Exactly. Or even cooking yourself a delicious meal and setting the table beautifully, even if it's just for you. It's about making that time feel special and appreciating your own company.
It's about learning to enjoy your own presence and recognizing that you deserve to be treated with kindness and care, especially by yourself.
And another way to connect with ourselves and bring that spark into our lives is through creative expression.
Ooh, yes. I'm a big believer in the power of creativity.
It doesn't matter if you consider yourself artistic or not. It's just about finding an outlet for your creative energy, whatever form that takes for you. It could be painting, writing, dancing around your living room, trying out a new recipe, singing in the shower, taking photos, or just journaling.
It's not about creating a masterpiece. It's about the process of expressing yourself.
Exactly. It's about giving your inner world a voice. And finally, let's talk about the importance of disconnecting from the digital world and reconnecting with the physical world around us.
Yes, those digital detox moments are so important, especially in today's world where we're constantly bombarded with information and notifications.
It's so easy to get swept up in the digital noise and lose touch with the present moment.
Totally. So how do we unplug and reconnect?
Start by being intentional about your screen time. Maybe set aside an hour each day where you consciously step away from social media and your phone. Use that time to reconnect with yourself. Maybe read a physical book, spend some time in nature, or just be present in the moment without any distractions.
It's about quieting that digital noise so you can actually hear the whispers of your own soul and appreciate the beauty of the world around you.
So, as we've explored all these different facets of romanticizing your life, I think the core message is this. It's not about making these huge dramatic changes. It's about cultivating mindfulness, approaching your day with intention, and actively seeking out and appreciating the beauty that exists in the ordinary everyday moments.
It's those little rituals you create, those peaceful moments you intentionally carve out, and those little sparks of joy you bring into your life that can really make all the difference.
And the best part is, all of this is within your reach. You don't need any special skills or resources. You just need to make the choice to start seeing the world with a little more enchantment.
And that choice starts with you.
So as you go about your day, think about everything we've talked about. What's one small thing, one tiny action that resonated with you? What's one little ritual or moment of intention that you could start incorporating into your life today?
Choose one thing and see what kind of difference it makes. We're betting you'll be pleasantly surprised. And thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. We hope you found it inspiring.
We did too.
Until next time,
See you then.
You know, there was a time when my life felt like it was just passing by. One rushed morning, one stressful meeting, one tired evening after another. Everything was on autopilot. Wake up, work, sleep, repeat. I wasn't unhappy, but I also wasn't really living. Then one day, I stumbled across this idea that completely changed how I experience my everyday life. Romanticize it. At first, it sounded silly, but I tried. And slowly, everything started to feel different, more beautiful, more intentional, more alive. It started with something simple, my mornings. Instead of rolling out of bed and diving into my phone, I created a little ritual. I made my bed. Just that act gave me a tiny sense of control. Then, I started drinking warm water with lemon, not because someone told me to, but because it felt comforting. I grabbed my journal and wrote down 3 things I was grateful for. It took 5 minutes, but the way it shifted my mindset. Incredible. Next, I slowed my mornings down. I used to chug coffee while checking emails, but now I actually make my coffee. I use my favorite mug, sit by the window, and just breathe. I plate my breakfast nicely, even if it's just toast and fruit. It's like telling myself, you're worth the extra effort. And then I started noticing things I used to overlook. During walks, instead of zoning out or doom scrolling, I looked up. I listened to birds, watched sunlight dance on the leaves, and actually felt the breeze. These small moments felt like little miracles. They didn't cost a thing, but they made life feel rich. I also carved out a tiny corner in my home, a cozy nook with soft blankets, fairy lights, and my favorite books. It's my safe space, where I go to unwind, read, or just be. No matter how chaotic the day is, I know I have that spot waiting for me. Even the way I dress changed. I used to wear whatever was clean and easy, but now I choose clothes that make me feel confident, even if I'm just home alone. It's not about looking good for others, but about honoring myself. Everyday tasks. I turn them into little rituals. Folding laundry with music on, washing dishes while a candle burns nearby. Suddenly, chores didn't feel like chores anymore. They felt like opportunities to be present. And at night, instead of crashing onto my bed, I created a nighttime routine. I dim the lights, light a candle, sometimes spray lavender on my pillow. I write down one beautiful thing that happened that day. It's a peaceful way to close the chapter. Romanticizing life isn't about grand changes. It's about tiny decisions that bring beauty into ordinary moments. Now my days feel like soft poetry. And I realized life doesn't need to be perfect to feel magical. It just needs attention. So, go ahead, romanticize your life. You might just fall in love with it.
Thank you for watching. Your journey to better English and unstoppable confidence starts here. Like, share, and subscribe. Let's keep growing together. See you in the next video, champion.